July 6th. Welcome to NC Web Dev Digital Marketing Series webinar. Last week we had some technical difficulties. Hopefully today this is going to be good and we're going to go live on LinkedIn finally as well. We had some problems with data uploads, downloads and stuff, and so we only ran it on YouTube. So in case you're having issues, you can always go to the YouTube Globmer Productions channel and watch all the videos there, and also in retrospect the reruns are so-called and stuff. So anyway, let's just get another few seconds to get people in. And yeah, we started how to start promoting on YouTube seminar today, or webinar, because that's what we started doing in March. I mean, we've done a lot of things and now we're focusing heavily on building up Globmer Productions channel and see how it goes. So let's get on with it. Hello. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds in. Welcome to the next episode of NC Web Dev Digital Marketing Series webinar. Today it's on how to start promoting on YouTube, a case study of Globmer Productions. Globmer Productions is our channel and it's operated by my son. It's basically, I'm a web guy. I like programming. I started programming when I was 12, 13, something like that. And when I had my first Atari 800, playing video games on the little floppy disks and stuff. So that's me. I'm a programmer. So I love doing websites. I'm also translating. I started doing that for my parents when I was 13, when we came to the United States, and I've been translating ever since. So that's my thing, is texts and programming. But yeah, today video rules, and so I kind of leave all the Globmer Productions to my son, and I'll let you know. What I do. I mean, I have a big background in that too, but let's get on with it. So, this is me. Besides doing all these other things, I started working with video when I was 17. I mean, everybody loves watching movies, but when I like something, I like to explore it and I like to get into it. So, when I was 17, I went to the local cable channel that were offering, oh yeah, you could do amateur videos for anybody. I was like, that's cool. Been watching all these movies and been involved with martial arts, and so I was like, oh, let's do a first feature film. So me and my friend went there, did the thing, and then we did a feature film, full 2 minutes and 36 seconds or something like that, or 3 minutes of martial arts film. But it was fun because that's when I learned to do lost somewhere in time, but yeah, it was a short film. But this is the first time I started editing, and you still had that little cutter and you had to take out a piece of the film and stick it together and stuff. So it was kind of fun. It really was entertaining, the ancient history. That's why I enjoyed watching the movie Babylon now, because that was fun. I was like, it's kind of like that was the ancient times, but still, it was a lot of the manual stuff was fun to watch. But yeah, then in my first project that I was working with in my life, in a company and stuff, we did produce seminar videotapes. I was involved with live performances. I translated from the stage consecutively many people. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. And then we made videos from that. Later, the company that was doing that in the Czech Republic was actually a company that also was doing the TV series Airwolf, if anybody remembers. So they were doing the dubbing for all of that. So I got to do some of the dubbing. Not that I was the dubber, I was just in the studio, but I was spent many hours sitting behind the computer watching and just being part of the project. It was fun, and they were doing our tapes and did a lot of audio editing as well. And like I said, again, the first ones, they were always on. You had to cut it manually. It was funny to watch these machines. You get these two things, you get these two rolls of tape, and you just go left and right, and you just gotta cut it. And now, if you cut it a couple of frames later, you just gotta kind of like had a tape and just stick it. Fun. Anyway, then I moved on. In the 2000s, I started working with a TV station, TV Nova in Czech Republic. I was in their breakfast show during the war in Iraq in 2003. So that was I was there every morning for breakfast, and then I was doing live performances. So sitting there as a host with a newscaster, with the anchor in the morning, just doing the news 2 times an hour, top of the hour, bottom of the hour. And there I met a lot of interesting people. From there I was part of also doing the DIY show in TV Nova, and I wrote some scripts for some of the episodes, and it was fun times, and I got to meet a lot of actors, stuff like that. And in 2011, when the New York Rangers played against the Sparta Prague, and they were the opening game of the season, of the NHL season, Gary Bettman was there, and TV Nova called on me again and said, you were doing the translations and stuff, so can you translate the interview? So I was again live on TV with Gary Bettman. So got to hang out with him. Fun few minutes in the prep room, and waiting to get on live, just to get that 2 minutes in and then off. But the thing is why I'm saying this is I do have some experience with video and being in front of video and being a speaker, and that's why I was like, YouTube now is a new thing, and let me explore that. Let me see how we could do with that, because like I said, again, I'm just a programmer and translator, but I was part of performances. Not that I was striving to become an actor or something, or a producer, but it's just fun. But if I do something for fun, I want it to make sense. So why YouTube Shorts? Why for business and stuff? Well, because simple. It is the hottest platform of 2023. Because what YouTube is doing is trying to catch up to TikTok, and especially Reels. I mean, Instagram is really killing it. So, YouTube decided, hey, listen, let us get into this. Let us get into the vertical format video. I hated vertical format. I mean, if anytime you take any class, any kind of video production class, they will always tell you, don't do vertical videos. They are terrible. Well, mobile phones dominate, so that's out the window, and now everybody's doing vertical because it's short form, it's under a minute, and you get your message across. I mean, and trying to speak there in front of it, it's a killer, because you have a very hard time getting an idea across in a sensible way. It's very competitive. Everybody's doing it. YouTube changed all of their algorithms now because of it, and even they lowered the subscriber base to 500 in order to be part of the profit sharing thing, so profit sharing program or whatever, and then subscriptions and stuff like that. So they're working with it because they're trying to build it up, but they're killing it. They're killing it, and it is the hottest platform. So if you want to be seen, that's where you want to go. And I mean, and simple, videos get shared, going viral. Videos are your go-to platform. I mean, if you want to get best way to get your message across, your company's message across, you want to get it out there, YouTube Shorts is the way. I mean, and I'll just show you in the next slides. I mean, look at this. We're doing, in February 2023, right here, we were doing only the webinars, and we had some videos that my son played with last year that we did. We have a couple of videos to promote it, kind of a animated, narrated videos. So, we did those, and they got a few views here. We shared it. I mean, you always want to have it out there, but how do you go viral? Well, with short videos, with like 2-3 minute videos, people will find it, they'll look at it. But you can see, I mean, I had 26 views over the entire month, and then we started doing the YouTube Shorts. Now after 3 months, last 28 days, I'm gonna, you'll see later what the total is, but the last 28 days, it's plus 30 subscribers, 11,000 views. It's a big difference. And 99.2 watch hours. I mean, the rules for YouTube and profit sharing, That's fun. It's good because for example, when you get the when you get to the 500, I was watching videos of people doing 1,000. So when I was doing the 1,000, uh, when I was looking at the 1,000, what happened was people say, "Well, I got $100 check." Well, basically, that's not what you do. That's not what you do. The YouTube for is not for the $100. Simple as that. It's just very, very complicated. It's just very expensive, very time consuming. So I mean, it's not that much fun to get it down, to get it automated. It becomes a little easier, but generally, that's why not a lot of people get into it because even if you do it, even if you put the money into it, you may not get picked up by the algorithm. And there's an interesting thing that just happened the last 3 days. We had a video that had 950 views, then the next day was 31, and the next day it was 200. And so just the last 3 days. And so you don't know what really works, and you're still playing with it, and it's a new platform, and you don't understand it, but you don't do it for the money. We're doing it to get the message out, to get the message out about NC Web Dev, and to get the message out about Globmer Productions. And that's I think the best way to go about it. And you don't look at that. If the YouTube does profit sharing with you, yeah, that's fine. You're gonna get an extra $100, sometimes $5,000. But the whole thing takes a lot more money and a lot more effort. I sort of got surprised myself how hard the work really is. I mean, it's quite a bit of load. Anyway, so this is again the subscribers to get to the now 500. They lowered it to 500 because of shorts, because they know that there's a lot of views, but it's also harder to get some things. But I set a goal for myself that I want 1,000 subscribers in the next 12 months. I mean, I did that with Instagram. I got over 1,000 followers there. I did that on LinkedIn. I got over 1,000 followers there. And now it's just a matter of selling everything. And that's the phase that we're in right now. And so we've developed it to some kind of a nano influencer level and have, done over 100 videos now on YouTube, the shorts. And then you get to start to analyze everything. And I started doing it because my son was kind of like, I don't want to be in front of the camera. And I understand that. I mean, when I was first started, when I was 20 something, I did have some issues. I did have issues talking in front of cameras, but you know what? You kind of get tossed out there. 200 people are standing there watching what you're gonna say as a translator live there in front of audience. So you're like, nah, you know what? You freeze for a while. You can't breathe, but then you start breathing again, and it's all good. But it's just a matter of getting out there. Anyway, so yeah, this is just looking at this is. 11 subscribers we started in March. April, we got some subscribers. In May, we got 11. Now it's 26. Next month, it could be 5, and it can be 50. So it's hard to say, but we'll get to the 1,000. Now, minimum to 500, but my goal is still 1,000. Although YouTube lowered the threshold, I'm still going for 1,000. So hopefully by the end of the year, maybe sooner, which means if you're watching, please subscribe. Help us get to 1,000. My son, anyway. Like I said, I'm gonna stay with the web development side. And now let's welcome my son, the man behind the Globmer Productions and everything he does, Karel Mergel. Welcome.
Thank you for that warm introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Karel Mergel, and I'm the owner of Globmer Productions. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me, and I'm ready to answer some questions.
Okay, and so. Thank you. Welcome again. Glad to have you here. Finally, we get to do a live webinar together. And I've been saying that for a couple of months. You've been reluctant. You're afraid to speak live to people. I know. I understand that. But you've been doing YouTube for quite a while. How did you get into following YouTube? And when did you start consuming content? What's your history? And how did you learn how to edit videos?
So I started watching YouTube videos at around 5 years old, especially music videos, because I like music always. And they always seemed very enticing because I could, create them and express myself however I wanted, because that's the freedom of video creation. And then I created my own YouTube account when I was 8 years old in 2013, and I watched a lot of like Minecraft videos. Back then it was hip, so yeah, I watched them. And then how I got into video creation. So when I came to the U.S., I took English as a second language, but I got out of that class around 1 month in, and I had to select another class. So I took Adobe Video Design Honors, I believe it was called. And so I learned a lot of stuff in there, and that's when basically I just knew, I want to do videos because I liked the class. The teacher was also pretty nice, so uh, she did news and stuff like that. So she taught us how to do the basic stuff. So there's that, and yeah, and the creativeness. I mean, the creativeness of it was always amazing to me.
Yeah, and as I said, I first started with the doing the YouTube shorts myself because I had the history of being in front of cameras. But then I finally convinced my son after about a month or so of having some success. I convinced him to start doing the shorts himself. I said, "You're young. People will be more attracted to you. People will follow you. They kind of trust you more. They will, you'll be more popular on camera than me. I'm 50. I'm not going to be impressing anybody. I just have history, but. So, how did you feel when you first started doing your first YouTube shorts?
So when I started, I was a little bit stressful. I was a little bit embarrassed as well because I've always had a little bit of stage fright. And but as I kept going, it kept getting easier, and I realized like, yeah, I want to do this because I could again express myself freely, and just tell what I want, and don't have as much expertise as you because you're 50 and you're more wiser and you know a lot more about other things like digital marketing and stuff like that, which I usually talk about. But I usually take from news. I usually do AI, and that became my favorite topic last November. So I kind of stick to that. That's one of my most favorite topics, AI and games as well. So there's that, and after 2 months of doing, I mean, after 1 month of doing this, it was much easier for me to do what you did. So now it's uh, now it's too easy.
Yeah, that's that was a quite interesting journey, and now 100 and something YouTube shorts later, what topics were the most and least successful? What did you find in the digital marketing area? I mean, I understand that every industry and every focus group or target group will be different, but what worked the best for you in the digital marketing?
Well, I would say the best topics was, like I said, AI. AI because ChatGPT began last November, and it is still a hot topic. And every single like day, it seems like there's a new language model. Yesterday, I made a video about Duet AI, which basically helps you write emails and docs when you're lost. So every single day there's a new piece of AI, and from these new pieces of AI, you can make relevant content, and it will get a lot of views. Like for example, the thing that I made yesterday will come out today. So I'll see how that does. I will keep you posted, but I think it will do well because it's new and people like news. So there's that. And the second best topic I would say is social media. Social media is a big topic, especially how to do YouTube stuff. That's the biggest thing. The second biggest was about Instagram. Instagram was also a pretty big topic, and I made some videos about it. Well, actually, I made two videos about it, and they actually were pretty successful. So, yeah, these are the highest best topics. Best topics.
And based on the successes, I mean, I know you one of the videos got actually 2,000 views now, so that was a nice milestone for you or for us. But what makes the decision? What are the key elements in the video that increased that to 2,000? I mean, we're still experimenting. I understand that, but did you find? I mean, I know we have a lot of data. So what was it that? Which ones Which videos were the ones that were more likely to succeed? What are the key elements to make your video more successful?
So my first element was just a text. Well, basically, yeah, I was talking, and a couple of times in the video, maybe like five, depending on the length, of course, 4 or 5 times, there was a text that would pop up, and it would like be just basically a summary of what I'd said in the last two sentences. And those videos didn't get a lot, of course. I was like, I have to speed this up because the videos were dragging along. It was just, people didn't want to watch those videos, and more people swiped away, and that's why I didn't get a lot of views. So then I started upgrading. I added some real-time subtitles, colored them, of course, images sometimes. For example, if I have a news story, I put some, like text from the news story, and I highlight the text that's relevant to what I'm saying at that, point in the video. And also some sound effects. For example, when an image is entering the frame, you have to have a sound effect for that. And the another relevant element that's not in the video per se is the topic. The topic itself, like I said, relevant topics, news. For example, I said AI. AI, every single day there's a new language model, so you can make so many topics. I made a video about Darkbird, which is a language model that helps uh, fight cybercrime because it was built on the data from the dark web. And in the first few days, I added relevant topics to the description. And the first few days, like 2 days, it got 90 views, and then the next 7 days, it got around 310 more. It went to 400 the total, the video. So another element, tags. You have to have tags. Usually, I like 4 in the title, and then you can have up to 52 in the description. But I usually put around 10 to 15, depending on also the video's length and what I'm talking about. So relevant tags, and not necessarily sometimes the biggest one. Again, depending on your niche, you put relevant tags, and people will search it up, and they will see people search up tags as well. That you can search up tags and click the tag, and they will see your video in there. So they will see your video in the tags, and they will watch it directly from there. So yeah, these are the key elements.
Yeah, and then I mean, a follow up question to that is it possible to beat the YouTube algorithm, or is that just set, and is it just something that you just gotta kind of take it as it goes?
Yeah, well, I actually made a short on that topic, and in that short, I will tell you the long version here. So, you can go watch the short after, but I said that you need viewers to not swipe away, meaning, you have to have a hook at the beginning because YouTube counts a view as a person who watches your video for 5 or more seconds. So that 5 second mark, in that during those first 5 seconds, you have to hook the viewer so that so that the person who's watching your video, the viewer, wants to watch your video. And so that's the swipe away rate. YouTube doesn't want it high because it will, show it to less people. It will show, if you have like a 20% swipe away, 20% view rate, that's not good. You have to have at least around 50 to 70 around there, because you'll never get 100. Everybody, well, usually people swipe away, of course, depending on how many views you get. And the second big one is retention. Retention, you have to have at least 50, the optimal range is. And it's best to have it, you can have it even like 300%, because people watch your video over and over and over, especially if you're doing, for example, top 5 or tips. So I usually get around 70, well, no, not 70, 60, 50 to 60. And I usually get that, and YouTube still, puts out my content. And so retention is also important. And if you look into YouTube Studio, you will see the retention line. If it's going like this, if it's going like at the beginning to like, I don't know, the first 5 seconds, if it goes like this, the sudden drop, that is not good. It has to be either like a steady decline all throughout, or it has to be, keep it at 100%, or like, like a little, 50% of the viewers will stay till the end. So there's that. And the last one is a strong title. A title is important because people read titles. So I usually put, you know, an emoji, for example, like the exclamation point emoji, and I put like caps lock title, for example, do not, and people will, like, oh, you want me to watch this, do not. So, a strong title is also important. So that is there. There's also many other ways to beat the YouTube algorithm, but these are the three main ways. And oh yeah, and for the retention one, you have to keep the user entertained throughout. So, keep going with those images, those screenshots, those highlights, the sound effects. The viewer has to keep, you have to keep the viewer engaged. And actually, there's a fourth way. The fourth way is you have to make the user engage with your video. So, for example, likes, comments, and subscriptions. Subscriptions are the best for this, and it will boost your video high. I've tested that out, and subscriptions are the best. Likes, comments as well. Comments, any, even dislikes, any single reaction, because YouTube likes you. YouTube likes you, even if it's a dislike, because it makes it gets an emotional reaction out of the viewer, and therefore YouTube will like you more, because the user might search follow-up terms for my video, for example, and YouTube will in turn show them more of my videos, about relevant videos, of course. So there's also many other ways to beat the YouTube algorithm, but these are the four, I would say, main ones.
Yeah, those are quite interesting findings, huh? Yeah, and I guess finally, I mean, if someone, one of our viewers, wants to start their own new channel, what tips would you give them based on your current experience with more than 100 views and then getting over 20,000 views of overall in the last couple of months? What do you think? Where should they start? What should they do first?
So first, I have to tell you, I have to be humble. 20,000 viewers in like three months now. That's not a lot. On the scale of YouTube, that's miniature. Like, I have to step up my game, and I have to make my videos even better, because right now they're good, but they have to be even better, better edits and stuff like that. But if you are starting your own YouTube channel, I guess I would say start with shorts. Definitely start with shorts, and take examples from me. Like, you don't have to copy me directly, but make those shorts look like mine, because mine are pretty optimal right now, and I just need to get the audience. Also, how you get the audience, which I have been ignoring a lot and been lazy on, is long form videos. You have to have a lot of long form videos. So not only shorts. So for example, I don't know, if you post one short a day, if you have time for that, of course, but post consistently as well. That's another topic, but I'll tell you after. So if you post a short a day, and so you have to like put a long form video somewhere in there, maybe like once a week. That's probably the optimal rate. But now, be consistent. That's the second tip. You have to be consistent, because it doesn't really matter if you post once a week, once a day, or once, I don't know, every 2 weeks. But you have to keep consistent. You can't just post 30 videos in one day and then just take a month pause. YouTube really doesn't like that. But YouTube sometimes, I've never actually tried it, but I've read that YouTube sometimes likes irregular even posting. For example, you post every 2 days, 3 days, even 5 days and stuff like that. It kind of likes that, because you're not just pouring in content. For example, one I will actually try that out because I want to try it out, taking like a 2 day break and then posting another, and then 1 day break and then posting another, because you're not drowning your viewers in content. You're giving them a little bit of a break. Like right now, I'm doing it every day. I think I have to dilute it a little bit. Right now, it's a lot of content. And thus far it's been 115 today episodes, and you can watch all of them, and I've made around 50 or 40 of those. The rest my dad has done, and you can still watch them. And there are also some tips for starting. Yeah, I think I made a playlist for YouTube tips on like how to start a YouTube channel and stuff like that. So you can also check out those playlists. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you for that, and hopefully it's not our last webinar together. Maybe you could do one all by yourself, because I know on the journey of going through all these things, you've going through all the topics, and me and you coming up with ideas and moving everything forward. You've got to learn. You've got to learn quite a bit of digital marketing and AI and everything else. So hopefully we'll have you again. But thanks for being here today. Thank you for taking your time out over your busy summer schedule, and see you soon again, online, live. And for everybody else, don't forget to watch the daily Globmer Productions YouTube shorts. There's one coming up today as well, and follow our channel. Thank you, and see you later, Carl.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed giving out these tips because I like helping people, and hope I helped you. And if I do make another webinar, even all by myself, because I just noticed it's kind of easy to do at length speaking about my personal experience. So if I do make my own webinar, I'll see you there. So till then, bye bye.
And now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Which will basically cover everything. Anyway, but we did everything. We thank you for coming today. Thank you for having you here, supporting us. Follow our channel. Look at our website. We also use these the shorts. That's something I didn't mention today, but the shorts are also a great way to enhance your website, because if you look at some of our blog posts now, as we're creating the shorts, you kind of combine that with the website, and then you embed it into your website, and makes your whole website a lot more engaging and SEO compliant and stuff, and SEO friendly, I guess you could say. So this is all the information. Get in touch if you need any help with it, and if you want any more data on stuff that we've if you want to see some more detailed data, if you're interested in that, I can make a whole presentation separate on that, for example. But in either case, thank you for coming, and see you next Thursday. I don't know what the topic will be yet, but it'll be posted in a couple of hours. So thank you, and have a great rest of Thursday. Bye-bye.